Hello, welcome. My name is Jenny. Thank you so much for joining me for today's favorite oil. Today I want to switch it up a little bit though. I want to talk to you about essential oils with skincare. So we're going to be talking a little bit about our Reveal system today. So this is our one of our exfoliating systems that I personally love. And the reason I want to talk to you about this guide today is because exfoliating is such an important thing with skincare. And I know from my experience that often nobody really knows what it actually is. We're not educated on this important part of skincare, and so I want to give you a little bit of background. The reason I'm so passionate about educating on exfoliating, when I was younger, probably around the time I hit 15 or so, I started to break out pretty heavily, pretty regularly. I would get huge like papules, which are under the skin, those big red dots that you can't actually extract that are painful, and you think everyone can see them, but they can't until you try to extract them. But anyway, I went to a dermatologist's office. They recommended medications. I went to a dermatologist's office. They recommended a really expensive skincare line with chemicals that burn my face off. And then I went to an esthetician who also, although her education and the knowledge she had was so awesome for me, unfortunately she scarred my face quite a bit working on things that shouldn't have been touched. So for myself, I love that education that she could offer me, and I wanted to take on more. So I actually went to school for aesthetics to learn about skincare so that I could take care of my own skin. What's great about that little journey is that it actually did lead me to essential oils. I never would have learned about them if it weren't for the aesthetic course. And I also have no sense of smell, so there wouldn't have ever been anything to necessarily draw me to a scent of something. So I am thankful that at one point I had horrible skin so that I could learn about essential oils. But back to the exfoliation. The reason why this is so important, okay? Now, if you consider the outer layers of our skin is the epidermis. It's basically there mostly for our protection. And so when we hit the age of 20 even, our cellular regeneration for our skin slows down. It doesn't regenerate as quickly. And so we end up actually with a thicker epidermis. So as far as the skin is concerned, which is the largest organ of our body, it's doing its job. It's protecting. It doesn't really need to focus a lot of energy on recreating new healthy skin cells. Fine. What ends up happening, okay, so if you have oily skin or anything along those lines, when we have dead skin that blocks a pore and that oil comes to the surface, it's always going to come to the surface to help to protect the moisture barrier. So if we don't knock that dead skin off, the oil comes to the surface and it's met with that dead skin, or perhaps if you have fillers in your makeup, it's hitting that talcum powder and pulling it into the pore, but basically creating plugs. And so we get our blackheads, whiteheads, things along those lines. So if you consider that if I'm exfoliating every 2 to 3 times a week, not every day, 2 to 3 times a week, I'm actually able to knock off that dead skin, which will help for oils to flow freely to the face, to the surface. Now, on top of that, because I'm exfoliating dead skin cells, I've removed the element of protection from my face. So my body is actually going to go into hyperdrive and produce even more healthy skin cells because I've just removed my protection. So now I've encouraged my cellular regeneration within my cells by just knocking off the old dead skin. In regards to anti-aging purposes, if your pores are appearing larger, maybe your fine lines appear deeper, skin feels or even appears rough, it's because you need to exfoliate. So when we exfoliate again, it's going to actually help to let that refreshed skin appear and again start to smooth out those fine lines and wrinkles. And again, pore sizes that are looking larger, they're going to refine themselves. They won't shrink, that's not possible. Pore size can only get larger if we keep those blackheads in there, but that's a whole other thing. Now, what I want to mention, back to the recommendation of 2 to 3 times a week, the reason we don't do it every day is because again, the skin is there as protection, as moisture barrier. If we over exfoliate, we can actually cause additional oil production because again, that oil is there to protect the moisture barrier, and also surface dehydration because now we've knocked off those skin cells that can't hold on to that moisture within the skin. So 2 to 3 times a week, if you have a cleanser with those beads in it, that doesn't cut it. And also again, we don't want to be doing that every single day. So the Reveal system. This one has become one of my favorite. Again, as an esthetician, I've worked with so many different product lines and I love this particular exfoliant. Now, it is a 2-step, as you can see. From my experience, there's 2 main types of exfoliations in regards to products. You've got your mechanical exfoliation where you're actually kind of scratching at the skin, rubbing it off. And then you've got the enzymatic exfoliant. So those actually will dissolve dead skin and even eat away at some of the breakout or blackhead, sebum, anything along those lines. If you consider how I was educated on skincare to imagine it, if you consider that your skin cells would be the bricks of a brick wall, and the cement is the lipids that hold those skin cells together. When you're working with the enzymatic exfoliant, it's actually dissolving those lipids that hold the skin so the skin can easily slough off and reveal that nice, smooth, soft, healthy looking skin underneath. Now this particular reveal system actually has essential oils in it as well. They use the lime and the wild orange in the step 1, and then just the wild orange in the step 2. Now both are great for revitalizing for the skin, and then your wild orange has also got those extra benefits for wrinkles, mature skin, and even if you have extra oil production. Okay, so the reason why there's 2 steps with this, and I love this, the step 1 is more of a mechanical exfoliant. So when you apply this, you're going to feel that little bit of grit, and you're just going to take a moment to massage it around the face and then leave it on. You apply step 2 right over top. So this is the enzymes. You apply this right over top. So this one's a white scrub, and this one is a clear serum basically. So you would just apply number 1, number 2 right over top, and then jump in the shower. So it's not really an extra step in your day. Let the steam from the shower activate it, let the enzymes do their job to eat away at the dead skin and the sebum production, things along those lines. Again, revealing a nice healthy skin when you rinse that off at the end of your shower. One of the most amazing feelings. If you don't exfoliate, trust me, you can tell that you don't exfoliate whenever you touch your face. So knock off that dead skin and reveal that beautiful face underneath. If you have any questions about exfoliation, as you can see, I'm very, very, very passionate about this. It saved my skin, it saves my skin continually, even scarring that I had because of that constant exfoliation, helping to create new healthy skin cells. My scarring has even gone down. So lots of great reasons to exfoliate. We do have 2 exfoliants for the doTERRA line. This one is my favorite. Again, I suggest about 2 to 3 times a week. If you have any questions about this guy, let me know. Any questions about exfoliating or skincare as well, let me know. I would love to help you. It's a passion of mine to make sure that you guys know how to care for yourselves. If you're also in need of any particular recommendations for emotional or physical health concerns for essential oil recommendations, let me know. And whenever you're ready to purchase, give me a shout so that I can, again, make sure that you know exactly how to use your oils, know which ones are best for you, and are purchasing in a way that actually suits you best. And thank you so much for taking the time to watch, learn a little bit about skincare today, and I thank you, and I'll talk to you again soon. Bye!